For a film called Don't Worry Darling, the behind-the-scenes drama sure has a lot of people worried, and for good reason. If you're confused about why the Olivia Wilde directed movie starring Harry Styles and Florence Pugh has caused so much controversy, let us get you caught up, because now, even Chris Pine is involved. The most recent spot of tea is Chris Pine has actually joined Florence Pugh in yeeting himself away from Don't Worry Darling's promo event in New York, according to the Rolling Stone. The event is an IMAX live screening and Q&A that is supposed to stream to over 100 theaters. Warner Brothers confirmed Pine's absence in a press release, but it's not clear why he's ditching, though I think we have our suspicions. Considering the absolute train wreck that was Chris's other live interview with the infamous Harry Styles, I do not blame him one bit. Sitting through Harry's painfully long "I like movies because they feel like movies" monologue is enough to turn anyone off. And that's without the fact Pine literally got spat on. The official reason for Florence Pugh's absence from the NYC event is that she's needed on the Dune set. Which makes sense, but at this point you have to wonder, is she a main character? Or do they do 10,000 takes for all her scenes? Or maybe she doesn't want to be at this panel and support the director she allegedly has beef with. Wouldn't be surprising considering her hair and makeup team have been throwing subtle shade at the Venice Film Festival. As seen in Instagram stories shared by Florence Pugh herself, the gal's hair and makeup team have donned t-shirts that read Miss Flo, aka the condescending name Olivia Wilde called her in the video to Shia LaBeouf, which will be discussed later in this piece. Credit, Instagram, Florence Pugh. Not only that, but her stylist also shared a gallery of pics and captioned them, Miss Flo. Given that the Miss Flo video is the catalyst that sparked the drama, Florence's team dropping the nickname at the premiere can most definitely be interpreted as shade. How the hell did we get here? Well, to get you caught up on everything that's happened, here's a timeline of events. Brace yourselves, mates. Shit's about to get wild, or should that be wild? Shia LaBeouf quits the film. The film has had some bizarre casting changes from the very beginning. At first, Olivia Wilde was supposed to play lead gal Alice's, Florence Pugh, bestie bunny, but then Wilde went nah, fuck it and decided to direct the film instead. Shia LaBeouf was then cast as Jack, which later went to Harry Styles, and things were tumultuous from the get-go. In August 2020, LaBeouf quit the film, citing scheduling conflicts as the reason, although we'll later find out that other forces were at play. Oh, we should also mention that Dakota Johnson was cast in a role at one point before departing for unknown reasons. Messy. Olivia Wilde and Harry Styles' relationship kicks off in mid-November. Olivia Wilde announced her split from Jason Sudeikis, with a source telling Entertainment Tonight they just fell out of love in a romantic way, but still have love towards one another as people. Another source insisted that there was absolutely no drama or scandal, they just didn't work as a couple anymore. If you're looking for a juicy story, there just isn't one. Although we would later learn that that was absolutely not the case. By January 2021, word got out that she and Harry had supposedly formed an on-set romance. Pics surfaced of the pair holding hands while attending a friend's wedding together. They were in Montecito, California this weekend for a wedding, a source told People at the time. They were affectionate around their friends, held hands and looked very happy. They have dated for a few weeks. Meanwhile, a source told Entertainment Tonight that the pair got to know each other on the set of Don't Worry, Darling and fell in love. Olivia and Harry are together for long days on set and have gotten to know each other really well, so it's all very organic, the source revealed. Olivia wouldn't let a romantic relationship get in the way of a professional one, so anything they're doing is being done thoughtfully. Jason Sudeikis isn't pleased about Olivia Wilde dating Harry Styles. Conflicting reports began surfacing regarding Sudeikis' feelings towards his ex's highly publicized new relationship. Olivia and Jason talk all the time and are still close because of the kids. It's highly unlikely he was blindsided by this news, one source told ET. While another source told People that Sudeikis was absolutely heartbroken about the split. There is still a lot of love there, and he would like to have hoped that maybe there's a way for them to repair things. But what happens next remains to be seen. People begin to speculate that Olivia Wilde and Harry Styles are in a fake relationship shortly after. Rumors began to circulate that the timing of Wilde and Styles' relationship is a ruse to drum up publicity for the film, which was already off to a rocky start. To combat this, a source revealed to Entertainment Tonight that Wilde and Styles' romance is legit. Sure, Jan. The wedding photos were absolutely not leaked or staged for some sort of promotional reason, a source told the site, insisting that they were taken and shared without the couple's knowledge. Jason Sudeikis has Olivia Wilde served with legal papers while on stage at CinemaCon. I know you're probably thinking this particular incident has nothing to do with the film, but it certainly adds to the growing tensions around the key players here. While giving a talk on stage at CinemaCon, Wilde was served with legal papers from her now ex Jason Sudeikis. Olivia Wilde holding the legal letters on stage at CinemaCon. Credit, Getty. Wilde later slams Sudeikis in her Variety interview, accusing him of trying to sabotage her big moment. "There's a reason I left that relationship," she told the mag. This indicated that things weren't as fine and dandy between the pair as they initially had us believe. Florence Pugh and Olivia Wilde feud rumors circulate. When the Don't Worry Darling trailer dropped earlier this year, fans noticed that Florence Pugh was the only cast member who didn't crow about it on social media, which led folks to assume that she mustn't be pleased with production. Then in July of this year, Page Six published rumors alleging that Pugh was pissed about Wilde and Styles' relationship. "I can tell you for a fact that Flo seeing Olivia and Harry all over each other on set did not go down well," a source said. Styles and Pugh in the Don't Worry Darling trailer. Credit, Don't Worry Darling. Other sneaky spies from set told Puck News they witnessed multiple tense exchanges between Wilde and Pugh. Apparently one of the main sources of drama between the two, which we'll discuss later in this yarn, was the fact that Wilde and Styles would frequently disappear from set to have a rendezvous. Pugh, in particular, was angered by the absences, according to these sources, and one source personally witnessed a tense conversation about this issue between the two, the outlet published. A separate source backed up these rumors while speaking to Us Weekly. Florence and Olivia have had several disagreements personally and professionally. That's why Florence isn't doing any press for the movie, they said. Florence Pugh and Harry Styles pay gap rumors. It was later rumored that Styles was being paid 3 times more for the film than Pugh, who is more of an established actress. Showbiz Galore shared a report alleging Pugh was paid $1 million for the film, while Styles earned a huge $3.6 million. Wilde later shot down these rumors in her Variety. "The absurdity of invented clickbait and subsequent reaction regarding a non-existent pay disparity between our lead and supporting actors really upset me," she said. "I'm a woman who has been in this business for over 20 years, and it's something that I have fought for myself and others, especially being a director. There is absolutely no validity to those claims." Olivia Wilde's bonkers Variety interview. And now we've reached the Variety interview, when shit really hit the fan. During the interview for the magazine in which Wilde graced the cover, she attempted to quash all the controversy surrounding the film but instead fanned the flames like FKN crazy. Perhaps the most chaotic moment was when she alleged that Shia LaBeouf had been fired from the film early on due to a blow-up between him and Pugh. "I say this as someone who is such an admirer of his work. His process was not conducive to the ethos that I demand in my productions," Wilde told the outlet. "He has a process that, in some ways, seems to require a combative energy, and I don't personally believe that is conducive to the best performances." Shia LaBeouf leaks emails and a video refuting Olivia Wilde's claims. A pissed-off Shia LaBeouf hit back at Wilde's claims that he was fired from the film and instead insisted that he left of his own accord. The disgraced actor emailed Variety screenshots of texts that Wilde allegedly sent him in August 2020 after he told her he wanted to quit. "Doesn't feel good to say no to someone, and I respect your honesty," Wilde allegedly wrote in one text. "I'm gutted because it could have been something special." LaBeouf claimed that he officially quit the day after he received that message, which was reportedly sent on August 16. He also shared a video which subsequently did the rounds on social media, showing Wilde continuing to beg him to return to production after his fight with Pugh. In the video, she even calls out Pugh, saying their fight should be a wake-up call to her. In his email to Variety, LaBeouf said Wilde made it harder for him to crawl out of the hole he dug from his previous allegations of abuse against his ex-girlfriend FKA Twigs. This situation with your film and my firing will never have a court date with which to deal with the facts. If lies are repeated enough in the public they become truth, he wrote. Firing me never took place, Olivia, LaBeouf continued. And while I fully understand the attractiveness of pushing that story because of the current social landscape, the social currency that brings, it is not the truth. Florence Pugh and Harry Styles allegedly back out of promo ops for Don't Worry Darling, and the most recent spot of tea we've copped via Dumoy is that following all this scandal, both Florence Pugh and Harry Styles have refused to partake in interview ops and appearances to promote the film. Another insider told The Wrap that the only promo Pugh will partake in is her attendance at the film's Venice Film Festival premiere. We have yet to see either lead star contribute to any public promo. It's just been Olivia, which is what happened at the Don't Worry Darling world premiere at the Venice Film Festival. The cast reunited for the first time since the ill-fated Variety interview for the world premiere of Don't Worry Darling at the Venice Film Festival. Naturally, shit went down. First up there was the red carpet, which was filled with awkwardness, according to a Dumoy spy. Everybody arrived on their own, they said. Harry and Florence spent a majority of the time signing fan autographs. One group shot of the cast, one group shot of the girls, minus Olivia. Harry and Florence did not interact once. Olivia and Florence did not interact once. Harry and Olivia did not interact once. The spy added, Chris Pine and Nick Kroll were taking photos of Florence upon her arrival. Olivia went inside fairly quickly. Overall, exactly what we expect, awkwardness. The source also alleged that there's a video of the photographer trying to grab Harry's hand and move him to stand by Olivia in the group photo, however he did not make any move to accommodate and stood still. Florence was quoted as saying on the red carpet, I think it's very inspiring when a woman says no, when she fights back. On and off camera. The off-camera part in particular sent me. Then when the press conference started, Florence was mysteriously absent. A journalist asked Olivia Wilde to clear the air about a falling out with Florence. Florence is a force, and we are so grateful that she is able to make it tonight despite being in production on Dune, she said. I know as a director how disruptive it is to lose an actor even for a day, so I'm very grateful to her and Denis Villeneuve for helping us. We're really thrilled we'll get to celebrate her work tonight. I can't say enough how honored I am to have her as our lead. She's amazing in the film, Olivia went on. As for all the endless tabloid gossip and all the noise out there, I mean, the internet feeds itself. I don't feel the need to contribute. I think it's sufficiently well-nourished, she said. Then when the viewing began, folks noticed that Olivia, Harry and Florence were all separated, which, again, seems sus as fuck. Don't even get me started on the rumors that Harry spat on Chris Pine. Not only was Olivia and Harry's body language way off, as evidenced in the above TikTok, but Harry even smooched Nick Kroll during the movie. Not his supposed girlfriend, but Nick FKN Kroll. If that's not meant to send a message, I don't know what is. After this, Florence has reportedly pulled out of all future Don't Worry Darling press ops, and honestly, good for her. Meanwhile, Don't Worry Darling, the most worrisome flick of 2022, will hit cinemas on October 6.